Hello everyone and welcome back to Stories with me, Jesse. Today's topic is another channel premiere regarding the accounts of people who have to argue with stubborn individuals that they are not there for employment over at Reddit/idontworkherelady. Let me know what you think of these stories in the comments and feel free to provide your own suggestions for anything I should feature in a future installment. If you have to leave the house, try and dress as casual as possible, cause we're getting started now. Our first story is titled, Mistaken for a Caterer at My Own Wedding Party. My wedding party was very informal. We wore sports jerseys. A lot of family and friends of family came, including a batch of people that I didn't even know, which got a little weird because we still only personally invited everyone and told everyone to let us know if they have a +1, and it would be fine for us to invite them. This is so we could track catering expenses and space concerns. It was a rough day and I was very limited in support and was taking care of most setup and issues myself in a party of roughly 80 people. It felt more like work than a party. The time finally came where I could rest when issues were taken care of. About halfway through the party, the sun was beginning to set, and I sat down in the corner and wiped the sweat off my face and looked over at the food. Everyone had eaten except me, so I was ready to finally dive into the food I paid for. Some woman I never met in her late 20s asked me to bring a plate for her kids. "I'm sorry, ma'am. I want to bring some stuff for my wife and start eating myself."
"Oh, caterers can bring their family to events like this?"
Me, somewhat confused at her response. The caterers here are a family business, so sort of.
"Isn't it inappropriate for you to eat food someone else paid for?"
Me confused even further but giving a chuckle. "I paid for it. I'm sorry. Who did you come here with?"
"Oh, really? You must be the party planner. Are you a friend of the groom's? I was invited by the groom. I'm F."
Me chuckling again. "No, I'm the groom."
"Oh, I'm sorry. How embarrassing. You're the groom. Hey, nice to meet you."
I sent invitations by name, but we also requested feedback for the plus invitations. I don't believe I sent you an invitation. I think everyone invited more people than we initially wanted.
Uh-oh. Am I and my kids okay to be here? I'm actually sister's friend's friend. They said it was okay.
Oh yes, that will be perfectly fine. We have much more food than I had thought. It won't be an issue. Nice to meet you. I came to the table with my wife and her grandmother and we finally ate. My wife to me,
"Damn, girl, you flirting with all the ladies at your wedding party or what?"
I know that a +1 of a +1 that was uninvited is generally uncool, but there was no need to stress it. Everyone had a good time and there was actually too much food. Mistaken for a caterer at your own wedding, eh? That's gotta be awkward, especially considering how much effort you put into making sure that everything ran smoothly. And to handle people you've never even met or invited with such kindness, I gotta applaud you for that. Moving on, our next story is called, Not Taking Trash is Sexual Assault? First time Reddit poster here. I don't know if this counts, but oh well. Buckle down for a long explanation. Some background. I'm a plumber and I'm only 18. I went to trade school for high school and came out with a full-time job as an apprentice. This happened about 5 months ago and has had me f***ed up ever since. I was working in a 4-story building inside the city, and there's only one elevator, which we weren't allowed to use because of the companies that worked in the building itself, and then only one spiral square staircase, needed for later. My journeyman and I were wrapping up for our day and packing up everything. As the younger guy, I was sweeping and taking the loads back down to the truck to get ready to leave on one of my last trips, and I was only taking a trash bag and a few of the hand tools I hadn't grabbed yet. I'm in my normal work clothes, but my boss isn't strict about wearing company clothing, so I'm only wearing my Dickies pants and a beat-up sweatshirt with no labels. I start walking down the stairs with the trash from the 4th floor to the bottom when a worker, networking caller helpline company, from the 3rd floor walked out with a trash bag. I briefly walked past, just finishing my day when she scoffed at me. Me being the kid I am, turn around and say, "I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I didn't mean to bump into you," and continued down, and then she said,
"Here, take this shit. I got a call I need to get on."
I said that I was sorry and I didn't work for the building and it's not my job to take it. She then exclaims,
"You're dressed as a janitor. My son is one too. You dress just like him. He has the same tools on him all day."
I tried to tell her that I didn't and that I'm a plumber working above her on 4th. In retrospect, yes, I could have taken it, but there wasn't one of those giant trash bins to put trash in, so we had to take it back to shop to dispose of, and we didn't have much room for more in the van. I started to get annoyed, but I just remembered I need to take breaths and walk away. I start going down the stairs when she grabbed the back of my hoodie and yanked it. I spun around like, what the hell? And she slammed the bag into my stomach, sending me stumbling down the stairs. This was when one of her coworkers comes out because of the commotion, and she starts fake crying, saying I sexually harassed her, and that she shoved me down the stairs in an attempt to save herself. I tried to say something getting up, but the guy was on the phone with the cops already, and he took her away to calm her down. I started to get so mad at this woman, but my coworker came to me and said everything would be fine. This is when the biggest blessings ever occurred. My buddy loves to mess with me. He'd take videos of me working or being oblivious, and he'd throw like coins at me. No, I'm not Jewish and/or not a Jewish joke. To be funny or dump water on me just as a joke and lighten the day up a bit. Well, he recorded the interaction, and the lady never knew he was there. Reason why spiral staircase was important. By the time he made sure I was all right, the cops were there about 10 minutes after the whole thing went down. They talk to the woman, and they take her side of things first. They start questioning me in the stairwell, and my buddy said he witnessed it and had a video. He began to show the video to the cop of literally everything, from the moment I began down the stairs and past this lady to her shoving me down the stairs. He talks to her, and from the second he said there was a video, she turned ghost white. They took her downstairs to the cruiser, and the cop came back to me asking if I needed assistance or an ambulance, as I had a gash on my elbow when I stumbled down. But I was totally fine though, just in complete shock. He also asked if I wanted to press charges, and I said I would. In the following time since this happened, I've taken her to court, and she's been charged and is serving time for assault and battery, and another thing I can't recall. What's important to know, as I'm realizing now, is that there were no cameras in the stairwell. I would have been screwed. Absolutely screwed. It was a huge reality check for myself. I could be sitting in jail serving time for something I didn't do at this very moment. It could have ruined my life, to be quite honest. Luckily, my buddy was there, and ever since then, I have never complained once about him messing around with me. Shortly after this, the building installed new cameras everywhere. Being 5 months later, my parents have been awesome in teaching me all about this stuff, especially since I'm a man, and it can get scary with accusations like that. They believed me, and I've always been raised by them to treat women right, and I'm the kid who wouldn't hurt a fly. TLDR, woman thought I was a janitor and slammed a trash bag in my stomach and told the cops I sexually assaulted her. I can't even believe this awful woman that you encountered. To assault you and send you rolling down the stairs, only to cry sexual assault because you politely refused to do something that wasn't your job. And I can't believe that your friend's voyeurism actually saved the day. Talk about a lucky break. Our final story is called, It Wasn't Karen, It Was Me. Just a little background. I conked my head pretty hard on an F-18 fighter jet back in the Navy. I currently have some mild memory problems and kind of go into phases where I'm awake, but I can't really tell what I'm doing. It's an odd sensation. When I'm tired or didn't eat well, I just go into this phase where I'm physically competent. I could juggle knives and tightrope, but not tell you how many fingers you're holding up or repeat your name when you tell me to my face. All this being said, it wasn't nearly that bad, which makes me feel terrible. You see, I'm 6 foot 7 inches tall. I wear my hair very short, so the massive jagged scar on my head is very visible. Until people hear me talk, they usually shuffle away from me and hold their purses, children, or whatever closer and try to stand near someone else. It's a little offensive, but I can't blame them. Books and covers and all, but I do look like a bad guy. Now the story is simple. I was running out of food in my fridge, and I just got off a 12-hour shift. I didn't need much. It might sound gross, but a super easy fast food is hummus and hot dogs. If you get the higher quality hot dogs, slather on some hummus and a line of mustard. It's great, but still clearly bachelor food. So I go to this place that sells bulk food mostly for mom and pop restaurants or big church events, that kind of stuff. I go there because you can get these great hot dog buns. $3 for a 24 pack. Then you can get like half a gallon of really good hummus for $15. It's great, but I almost instantly made a horrible mistake. I came in and just 20 feet in and to the left is the breads and buns. I come in and notice a woman. It's been a long day and I'm very hungry, so I only vaguely notice she's wearing mild business attire just like the employees, and some sort of blue apron, just like the employees. And to top it all off, she's in front of the hot dog buns, shuffling buns off of her cart and onto the shelf. I walk up and grab the last bag of hot dog buns on her cart and loudly, playfully announce, "Yoink!" She turns around and stares at me as if I just stole her purse. Something triggers inside me, and I know something's wrong. I'm still trying to keep up my happy tone despite how tired I am, and it takes me a full 5 seconds of this poor woman staring at me, worried and almost shivering when I finally notice. Her cart has eggs, milk, frozen items, energy drinks, and a few other various items in smaller amounts, and her purse is on the cart, and the apron is actually a blue stripe on her shirt. I nearly break down apologizing, carefully placing her hot dog buns on the cart and keep apologizing. Thankfully, she either was nice or realized how upset I had made myself with this mistake, and finally has to all but grab either side of my face and say it was fine. Right into my eyes. Lol. I still felt horrible. I'm huge and I have to be so damn careful not to hurt people just by going about my daily life. And I hate scaring the hell out of innocent people. I can be mean when I need to, but I really hate being the bad guy. I got my buns and my hummus, still looking down and barely even paying attention to the world around me, letting the embarrassment and pain grind away at me, when all of a sudden I hear a playful voice say, "Yoink!" And suddenly my hummus is gone. I look over to see the woman smiling and laughing before she hands it back and tells me,
Don't tear yourself up. It was an honest mistake, and you handled it really well.
I still tear myself up about it, but it was a big step in on the path of feeling better. Wow, I honestly didn't see that one coming. How kind of her to pull you back into reality and make light of a situation that you inadvertently caused. And once you realized your mistakes, you didn't go full Karen, instead trying so hard to show remorse for the mishap. I think it's wonderful when people can assess a situation and take the high road, and I appreciate you sharing your story. Anyways, that's all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for tuning in with me, Jesse. What did you think of these stories? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and check out what other stories I have for you. I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful day, as well as something to smile about. I'll catch you in the next one.